Hello, my name is Michelle Kohring, and you're about to be joining me on part 1 of my 6-week recovery from major knee surgery. I was born with a rare genetic condition where my kneecaps weren't sitting in the groove of my kneecap, rather they were sitting on the flat bone just above. The misplacement of my kneecaps actually caused my knees to constantly dislocate and shift when I walked or slept. I couldn't wear certain clothes like jeans or khakis because it would cause my knee to pop out, and I had to kind of stop life. People wonder if I'm nervous for the surgery, and I have to say no because I've already had my right knee done, so I kind of think that I know what's gonna happen. In order to fix this mutation, the surgeon is going to take my kneecap and pull it down back into the groove of my kneecap. He will then tighten the inner ligaments of my knee to ensure that it doesn't slide in and out of socket. Next, he's going to take my patella tendon, which is the tendon that sits directly above the kneecap, and he's going to stretch it down and place 2 screws at the bottom of the tendon. The patella tendon is another important part in keeping my knee in place. And finally, I was also born with my tibias, which are the thicker leg bone attached to the foot and the knee, in the wrong position. In order to fix this, the surgeon has to break my tibia and realign it. The standard recovery time to make a full recovery from the surgery is a year. When I had the surgery on my right knee, I was on crutches for 6 months, and I had to wear the brace for 9 months. It's week 1, and I am in so much pain. I'm taking pain meds, but even with the pain meds, my pain's like an 8. I only have been sleeping. It takes almost all of my energy just to get up off the couch. So the only time I do get up is when I have to go to the bathroom, and I wish I didn't have to do that. My pain level these 2 weeks have been a constant 6, but I don't need pain meds anymore, so that's really good. Mobility these last 2 weeks have been way better. I can actually move around with less pain, but it's still painful. Instead of just getting up to go to the bathroom, I've been able to now get up to maybe get a water or a snack. I can't really carry things right now still. I still need help with that. Another victory, other than kind of getting up and getting my own drinks and stuff like that, is that I have been able to shower since week 2. You would think that taking a shower isn't really a victory, but I'm a major germaphobe, so it gives me so much anxiety if I can't shower. Speaking of victories, one of the biggest ones I've had so far is that I can actually bend my knee to 70 degrees, which is awesome. My first surgery, I literally couldn't bend my knee at all. I barely could move it, so it was really cool to be able to see that I could bend my knee and how much I've progressed already. So my pain level these 2 weeks are about a 2 out of 10. It's not really even pain either, it's more just sore and achy. These last 2 weeks have been filled with a lot of independence and mobility, I would say. I'm actually able to start driving now, which is really cool, but in order to get that rite of passage, my dad had to sit in the passenger seat and I had to drive him around for a while. But needless to say, I think if it was driving test, I would have passed with 100%. I finally gotten somewhere with physical therapy, which is really exciting. I just did my first leg lift yesterday. The leg lift kind of begins the transition to me starting to stand and me starting to walk, and then being able to do activities like running and volleyball and swimming and other things like that that I could never do before because of my knees. My thigh muscle has gotten a little bit stronger, but I still can't tighten it as much as I should be able to tighten. I've been doing the EMS machine 3 times a day, and I hate it, but I need to do it. And finally, I can now bend my knee to 110 degrees, which is super exciting because for a while I was stuck at 105 and I felt like I wasn't going to be able to bend any farther. The standard leg bends to about 170, 175, so I would say that I'm almost there. It has been such a long journey. I'm not even done yet, but coming this far has been hard, so I hope the rest is easy. My pain level is finally at a solid 0. I finally started walking without my crutches. I still have my brace on and I'm supposed to have it locked, so I walk kind of like a pirate, but I'm so glad I don't have to have my crutches on me all the time. I do still have to have them when I go out, but when I'm at home just chilling, I don't have to haul them around. So the machines that I'm using are the leg press, the leg curl, and the bike. The leg press and the leg curl are basically only there to provide muscle strength. So what's different between the leg lift and the leg curl and doing the exercises on the physical therapist table is that this time there's weights added to the machines. So instead of just trying to lift my leg, because I couldn't do that before, now I'm actually trying to strengthen the muscle. The bike is obviously a great way to strengthen my leg, but it's also a great way to practice bending. So I wasn't able to go on the machine until I hit 115 degrees, and now that I've surpassed that, I'm actually able to start going on the bike. To bring part 1 to a close, I wanted to touch on the similarities and differences of both of my surgeries. For the surgery that I had on my left knee, my recovery time was extremely fast. I think this time my recovery for the left knee was so much faster and so much better was because I didn't have the PTSD that I had in the first surgery. So by PTSD, I mean that for 10 years I had to live in fear that my kneecaps are going to pop out literally during any activity, even during no activity at all. So because of this fear, a lot of my recovery was delayed because I couldn't bend my knee. I was too scared. I was too scared to lift my knee. I was too scared to do some exercises. It took so long to be able to actually progress because I was so terrified. For my left knee surgery, it was completely different. This time I didn't have hardly any fear. I was able to bend my knee the first day of physical therapy, and the reason I could do that is because I started trying to bend it at home before I was even in physical therapy. And my first surgery, I never would have done that. I never would have even tried that. I would have been too scared. Another difference between my surgeries was that my right leg actually got infected in the beginning. So I believe that probably did slow down my recovery process for that leg, and that's why my left leg seemed to heal so much faster. The only thing that was different with the left knee is that I broke out in hives on my whole leg and the scar was really itchy the whole time, and that was kind of miserable, but way better than having an infection. Something that was similar in both surgeries was that I did get extremely depressed throughout both. Unfortunately, it is very common for people that have undergone a major surgery to have feelings of depression and to go into major depression because the process of recovery is just so hard and defeating at times. So yeah, overall the surgeries were about the same, but they are miserable in their own way. Thank you for coming with me on this incredible, miserable, life-changing journey. Though it was only 6 weeks, it felt so much longer. So I'm glad that the beginning of recovery is over. Now I can just focus on the end, which is just strengthening and getting ready to walk.